Hi everyone, Letty here. Today I'm going to share with you another craft with me video where we make project number 2 from July 2021 Echo Park Club BP box. We're making water bottle drink mix holders. So again, this was the Echo Park Club BP. This is the July 2021 box. This is going to be my project number 2 using the Pool Party collection by Echo Park. You can see here I still have a ton of items. My project 2 is going to be water bottle drink mix holders. The supplies you're going to need are just a few sheets of paper. We don't really use a ton of paper. You'll see in just a bit. And you can use a 6x6 for this. And then I pulled out some drink mix pouches. So these little like Crystal Light, Jolly Rancher drink mixes you can get at Dollar Tree. I'm using 2 punches. One is a 1.5 inch circle punch and the other is a 2-inch scallop circle punch. For this project, I'm using some wet glue. I'm using Burley Art. And then a scoreboard, a bone folder, and then some colored cardstock. I'm using a scrap of paper as well as one 12x12 sheet. This is the Robin's Egg color by Basil. I found at Joann's recently. And each 12x12 sheet will make you 6 holders. And then of course you'll need some water bottles. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and begin the project. I took out some sheets of paper. I thought they coordinated really well since they're fruity, and I thought they'd be perfect for the little Crystal Light drink mixes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut down the cardstock to size. So I did pull out one full 12x12 sheet of this Basil cardstock, and you basically can get 6 different holder templates from the one 12x12. So each holder, it measures 7 3/4 by 2 1/4 wide. So 7 3/4 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to take my paper because I've already chopped down the first cut on my 12x12, which was at 7 3/4 long or high. And then I went ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it really quickly down to 2 1/4 segments. So I'm going to just take my paper trimmer, my guillotine paper trimmer that I got from Hobby Lobby, and cut it down to, again, 7 3/4 by 2 1/4. And I'll get 5 from this base kind of section. And then you'll see that I also did cut out one extra little strip, which was right above this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it down to also 7 3/4 by 2 1/4. So the next thing we're going to do is cut the pattern paper. Now, the pattern paper, you just use a very little bit from the bottom of the paper. You're going to cut up to the 1 3/4 mark and then cut into 2-inch sections. So when you cut your 6x6 paper, again, you're going to cut up to the 1 3/4 or 1 3/4 mark, and then you go ahead and on the 6-inch side, you're going to cut it down to 2-inch sections. So each little final paper will be 2 inches wide by 1 3/4 high. So it uses very, very little paper. And you'll see that each holder only uses 2 of these little bitty pieces of paper. So we've got our pattern paper and we also have our cardstock, our solid cardstock, which will be the holder itself. So the first thing I'm going to do, or the next thing, is I'm going to take each of these holders and I'm going to score it at 2 inches on both sides. So 2 inches on the left, I'm going to flip it or rotate it and then do another 2 inches on the other side. So each end should have a 2-inch score mark. So I'm just going to quickly go in and score both edges on each of the remaining holders. And if you want to make more than just 6 holders, you can absolutely do that. Just take out more cardstock papers and you can assembly line these pretty quickly. So I've got my 6 holders here and I have my little scraps of paper as well. And then also my scrap of cardstock that I'm going to use for my punches. So the first thing you're going to want to do is punch out the 1 1/2 inch circle with enough room to where you can actually punch around it as well. So I'm just kind of putting it not at the very, very edge of the paper. You see here, I leave a little border. Then what you're going to do is center that circle punch right in the middle of your scalloped circle. So basically, once you punch it, you're going to end up with a scalloped circle ring. This is exactly what you're going to want. This is the easiest method that I could find or that I could kind of figure out to make this work. So again, you just punch the circle, make sure you leave plenty of room in between the circles, the layers, so that way you can punch out these scallop circle rings. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue these onto the holders, and then you're going to use it as a guide to then punch the hole at the top, which is where you put it through the water bottle. But I find this method just works the best. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and crease or varnish those fold lines. So the top fold line is going to be back. You're going to score it back just like this. And then the bottom score line, you're going to actually fold it forward because it's going to make a little pocket in the front. So again, the top one is going to be folded back and the bottom one is going to be folded forward just like this. So it creates like an S. Then what we'll do is we'll glue down this scallop circle ring to the very top fold, which the one that's folded back. And we're going to go ahead and glue it down with some wet glue. So I'm taking out my Barely Art wet glue. And again, I'm just going to glue down one side of the circle scalloped ring and glue it to the center and try to center it on both sides of that top segment, which is the flap that folds back. And so you can already probably kind of see the template. Once you punch through that hole again, that's what will help support the actual ring that goes around the bottle neck of the water bottle. So I'm just going to quickly go through and fold all the remaining holders. Again, the top is folded back, the bottom is folded forward, and it's again, or front, again, that's to make a little pocket on the front, which is where your little drink mix will be housed. So once the glue has dried, you're going to go through and you're going to go ahead and realign that 1.5 inch circle punch, just like you see here, where you don't see any yellow coming through. And you're going to go ahead and punch out that circle just like that. So you see, again, that circle is what you're going to put as far as to hold it over the water bottle neck. And then what we'll do is we'll pick two papers and either two will work. And you're going to go ahead and glue them just like this to the top, like behind the pocket and to the front of the pocket. And then once you put you're going to glue down the pocket, but you can see how this is kind of coming together. That's what's going to go around the neck of the bottle. So it's super quick, super easy. It does not use a lot of paper. I'm just going to quickly go through and finish gluing down all the rest of these rings. And I do this in sort of an assembly method fashion. This is such a super quick and easy project that uses very little as far as resources or tools. One thing that I found was if I wanted to try to make a project that used up just a little bit of this paper from this kit to kind of stretch my pattern paper, this is an excellent product to do that, or an excellent project to do it, because it uses literally just those two little pieces of paper. So now that I've gone through and glued everything as far as those rings, I'm just going to punch out all the remaining rings. And again, you're going to want to try to stay right in the middle of the hole. That's what's going to make it easier to punch it through. And you're adding this scallop circle ring, one for decor, but two, again, to reinforce that hole. So that way it doesn't tear. So it's almost like a hole reinforcer. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick out the pattern paper that we want, and we're going to glue it to both the pocket flap as well as behind the pocket. So this holder measures 2 1/4 wide. So you're going to want to make sure you put the paper where you have the 2-inch section that's wide down, and then the height is going to be 1 3/4. So we're going to go ahead and glue the pocket. You're just going to glue both ends of the pocket, not the top, and then you're going to go ahead and fold it down over and seal that pocket, and then just hold it down for a second because this is wet glue. Now, depending on which kind of wet glue you use, you might have to hold this a little more. You could also use some clamps just to kind of seal it in place, or paper clips or something like that. This Barely Art wet glue dries pretty quickly, so I'm literally only going to be holding it for about a minute or so, and then it literally will stay. Now, the next thing is you can decorate. You can decorate the front, you can decorate behind the little pocket holder. You can also, technically, if you wanted to put like a little message, a to or from, some kind of greeting, you could put it behind the holder. You could also tie a little tag with some ribbon and have it hanging down from the scallop circle hole at the top. And so you really have several different options if you want. When we decorate, which I'll decorate later, I'm going to use some of the stickers and items that came in the kit to decorate the fronts of these cute little holders. But you can absolutely put like a little sentiment or a message on them as well. So here I've already glued everything off camera. I'm going to take my items that came in the kit, some of the stickers. I'm looking for items that would fit within the little square that I have down there at the bottom, which is again 2 inches by 1 3/4. I'm trying to see what will fit. I do have a few little stickers and a few puffies and a few little items that I'll be able to add in here, including the chipboards to use up for this project. So just like that, our little project is basically done. It is so super quick and easy. And this is a great gift to make for somebody to give away. You can leave something like this for the mailman, the delivery guys. You can give it to the trash men to thank them, you know, for all their hard work. You can give it to teachers. You can make teacher gifts out of this. You can give it to coworkers. You've got so many just fun options with this. I mean, you literally could kind of just decorate and use any kind of paper and just any, you know, any season, any reason, and change it up and change your theme. I've seen these at baby showers or something similar to this where you could use it for like a baby shower. You could use it at parties. You've got so many options, and that's really the fun of it. So I am planning on making these and handing them out at work for coworkers, but you can absolutely change up the paper and use them for anything, or just like me, make a summer theme one and hand them out to some coworkers or friends or just about anybody. So you see here, I actually am using some of the stickers, and I was able to pull out some of the chipboard pieces, and I am literally just layering a couple of different items. You could personalize them and have an actual message. You could pull out stamps and create a little stamped message on it as well. I, again, am just trying to use up what I had in my kit, so I am just mixing and matching some of the different elements, but you could absolutely personalize these way more than what I'm doing. And you could also make them exactly the same. I'm kind of mixing and matching my pattern papers here. But you could absolutely make them look all the same, make them very uniform, and have them, you know, for, again, any type of party or any type of occasion, or really for anybody. And that's the beauty of this with the water bottle, is everybody drinks water. So, and most people do like these little drink mixes. And right nowadays, they sell so many different kinds. In the little handful of the powder mixes that I showed you, there was several different brands and kinds. They sell them at Dollar Tree. They sell them at pretty much every grocery store. So you've got so many options here, and they sell like the Gatorade versions and the actual like lemonades and teas and punches and all just different types of drinks. So you've got so many options with this, and you can really, really make it your own. So some of them I left them a little bit more plain. I just put a sticker. Others I kind of jazzed them up a bit with multiple dimensions and chipboard pieces and things like that. I literally am just trying to use up what I have to kind of make these. And I'll likely make a few more to, again, have plenty to take to work. So I hope you enjoy this series. I'm trying to just bring a few different ideas on how you can use some of the items in these EchoPark Club EP boxes. You definitely don't have to just use this kit to make these projects. This is just to kind of inspire you. So these holders are now ready to add in our drink mixes. And so you see here, I'm just kind of squeezing in the little drink mixes into each of the different ones. And what's neat is you could also use fruity paper, just like I did, and then coordinate your little mixes to go with them. So I don't know if you noticed here, but on some of my watermelon paper, I have watermelon flavored drinks. In my lemon paper, I'm trying to add something that has lemon in it. And then I do have a pineapple drink, so I included it in the one with the pineapple. I'm just trying to mix and match, but also kind of coordinate my drink mix with the holder itself. You do not have to do this, but this is definitely an option. So the holders are complete. Look how cute these turned out. Look how fun these are. July 2021. This is the EchoPark Club EP box. This was project number 2. We made water bottle drink mix holders using the Pool Party collection by EchoPark. So super cute. I will have some close-up pictures on my Instagram, which is Party Planner Papery. And then definitely check out my unboxing video, which I'll have linked down below, plus video number 1 and all future videos in this series. Thanks for visiting, everyone. Hope you subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram, and as always, happy crafting.